Hey y'all, welcome to the Okeechobee tasting room where we have a tiny kitchen and we put out great big flavors. Today we're making one of my favorites, is strawberry pretzel salad. Let's get started. Okay, what you first of all need to start off with is 6 ounces of pretzel sticks. I've got a 1/3 cup of pecans, which are optional, and a stick and a half of butter. So the first thing we want to do is we want to chop up our pretzels. So let's do that in our handy dandy blender. I'm going to go ahead and toss the pecans in there too. This is making the crust for our pretzel salad. You want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 400 degrees. So this is going to have to bake for about 10 minutes. Looks pretty good. That's about the consistency that we want. We're going to go ahead and dump that in our 9x13 baking dish after we spray it. Spread that around evenly. And let's pour our melted butter over it. Okay, we're going to take this and bake this for about 10 minutes in a 400 degree oven, and we'll be back for the next step. Okay, we're ready for the next step. This step is the next layer, which I'm using a carton of Cool Whip, an 8 ounce block of cream cheese, and a 1/2 cup of sugar. So we're going to put this in the mixer and blend it up well. Y'all have to pardon my kitchen. I am in the process of redoing some walls and some window trim and some paint, so just trying to work around things. Okay, let's whisk away for a little while. Our crust is done. We've got to let it cool for about 20 minutes before we put this layer on, which is great because it gives us time to work on our next layer, which is the strawberry topping. Right down the sides. Make sure everything's well blended. Okay, there we go. Now what we're going to do with this is, while that crust cools and we get our other layer done, we're going to put this in the refrigerator to keep it cool. Okay, let's go on to our next step. Next step is the basic strawberry layer. We'll go over our cream cheese Cool Whip topping. So let's get started. What I've got is actually a 4-pound bag of sliced strawberries. We're going to puree 2 pounds of that. Okay, so I've got a 4-pound bag. I'm going to use half of it to puree. What you want is you want these frozen strawberries to be thawed out, so you can put them out in your refrigerator overnight. They should thaw pretty good. Also, if you can, get a 2-pound bag, because I thawed out a 4-pound bag, so I've got to do something with 2 pounds of strawberries. While that's working, I've taken a cup and a half of sugar and put it into a saucepan, and we're going to strain this puree so we get most of the solids out of it. Let's see how this looks. You know what? That's not going to strain. So we're just going to put it in there. Put her on the stove. I believe we'll be okay. Mix all your sugar up well in there. And we'll be back in a minute with the next step. Okay, now that our crust is cool, let's go ahead and put our Cool Whip cream cheese mixture over top of this crust. Try to spread it out as even as possible. The pretzels will move a little bit. What I like about this pretzel crust is as it sets up, it tastes like caramel. It's just really, really good. Okay, there we go. That looks pretty good. So, let's set this aside. Actually, I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator, and we'll get started on our next step, which is the strawberry topping. Okay, y'all, let's start on our strawberry topping. Now, what this takes is a half a cup of cold water, 4.5 teaspoons of gelatin. I'm using strawberry jello. And I'm going to mix this up and let it thicken a bit before I put our puree in there. Okay, y'all, and what we're going to do is we're going to take our strawberry puree, which we've taken off the stove, and let it warm up till it starts bubbling around the side. And we're going to pour that into our gelatin. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another pound, which is another quarter of this bag, sliced strawberries. And we're going to stir that around. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to refrigerate it for about 30 minutes until it starts to set up, and then we'll put it over our cream cheese and pretzels. So we'll be back in about 30 minutes. Okay, y'all, it's been about 30 minutes. We're back, and our Jello strawberry mixture has started to set up. So at this point is when we want to pour it over our crust and our cream mixture. So I'm just going to very gingerly pour this over so it doesn't make a mess. I'm going to spread that out, and that's about all it's going to fit in this pan. So there we have strawberry pretzel salad. After it sets up, we'll cut a piece and try a bite.